Welcome to the 2022 Sustainable Transport Award ceremony. My name is Nora Pena, and I am the head of the Sustainable Transport Award program, and I will be your host for today's event. The award is now in its 18th year. ITDP and the Sustainable Transport Award Committee have worked hard during this challenging time to select a city that has implemented innovative sustainable transport projects from the preceding year. Today, we honor 3 amazing cities that have shown incredible on-the-ground changes to improve the space and transportation options for their residents. This year's winner is also very special as we are celebrating a repeat winner and our first ever Sustainable Transport Award recipient, Bogotá, Colombia. We also have 2 honorable mentions that have delivered 2 very different approaches to sustainable transport, Peshawar, Pakistan, and Tartu, Estonia. Our winners, both past and present, are always invited to share the stage at the STA and Mobilize events. We will take 2022 to showcase the brilliant sustainable transport solutions of Bogotá, Peshawar, and Tartu. We will host technical webinars to showcase their best practices and have experts on hand to answer our questions. I want to take a moment to recognize the STA committee. It is composed of 11 organizations that span the globe. The organizations are the Asian Development Bank, AMEND, the BRT Center of Excellence, CAF, the Development Bank of Latin America, Clean Air Asia, the Espacio, GIZ, ICLE Local Governments for Sustainability, ITDP, the World Bank, and the World Resource Institute. The committee's role is to evaluate the nominees' strategies and implemented projects. They assess the before and after story of the city and take into account the regional context. They review the impact of their city and residents and improvements made to safety and access for cyclists, pedestrians, and the most vulnerable people. I would like to thank the 2022 STA nominees. They all shared stories of innovation and strength during a trying time. Here are some of this year's applicants. We hope to see a growing list of applicants for 2023. I want to encourage past applicants to apply again starting March 1st. Please visit staward.org for more information. I would like to introduce the Chief Executive Officer of ITDP, Heather Thompson. Ms. Thompson has worked extensively in the environmental nonprofit sector, designing and carrying out strategies with large-scale impact. Welcome, Heather Thompson.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the 18th Annual Sustainable Transport Awards ceremony. I am excited and honored to celebrate our 2022 winning city, Bogotá, Colombia, as well as our 2 honorable mentions, Peshawar, Pakistan, and Tartu, Estonia. This year, our nominated cities proudly presented new BRT and transit systems that included electrified vehicles and new technologies to improve the user experience. They unveiled integration programs that combine transit and non-motorized transport, such as biking and walking, and improved road safety for pedestrians, cyclists, and their most vulnerable residents, such as children and the elderly. But these successes did not come without some challenges. 2 years ago, the COVID-19 pandemic changed the world seemingly overnight, and cities raced to respond. When the virus made indoor public spaces dangerous, cities saw huge dips in public transit use. They were faced with 2 possibilities: a transport environment more dominated by private vehicles than ever, with more air pollution, more traffic accidents, and more greenhouse gas emissions, or a city where public transit adapted and NMT modes were prioritized in public spaces and streets. Many of this year's STA's nominees chose the latter. The pandemic accelerated existing challenges. As cities develop, they contend with new traffic patterns and infrastructure needs. Public spaces and land use must be prioritized as outdoor spaces continue to be safer than indoor. Compact development will help residents stay connected and access essentials during times of crisis. Finally, COVID has shown us how important it is to have affordable transport that connects us to crucial goods, services, and opportunities. This relationship between transit and well-being presents risks, but also potentials in designing more equitable cities, and COVID-era interventions have laid the ground for long-term and systemic change. At the same time, our planet faces ever-growing risks due to global climate change. With programs like the Sustainable Transport Award, ITDP aims to illuminate innovative and diverse transport solutions. In doing so, all kinds of cities can learn from each other and adapt programs for their own unique circumstances.
Since winning the STA in 2017, we have improved quite a lot in the city of Santiago. We changed the business model, and now the strategic assets, such as buses and depot, are under the control of the Transport Authority. That gives us more flexibility and autonomy to replace operators that are not performing. We also raised the standard of the buses to make public transport more attractive and trips more productive, comfortable, and also safer. And the most visible element is possible electromobility. We have now in operation 800 electric buses, and we are preparing the system to integrate 1,000 in addition in 2022. We hope that public transport will be the preferred way of moving in the city.
I now welcome Juliette Adu from the MEN, the STA committee member, to present the first honorable mention for the STA. MEN helps empower cities in sub-Saharan Africa to create safer streets and spaces for sustainable travel.
As a member of the STA committee, MEN is proud to present an honorable mention to the city of Tartu in Estonia. Over the past few years, Tartu has achieved a carbon-neutral public transport system, becoming a role model for other cities in the region, while also investing in walking and cycling. In 2019, Tartu introduced a bus system redesign, which by 2021 ran an all-biogas fleet. The bus system is complemented by an electrified bike share system, inexpensive for users and accessible all over the city. At the same time, Tartu has pedestrianized and revitalized streets, making them greener and safer, including the planned ring road at the center of the city that is now becoming a linear park. A month-long project turned a main road into a car-free public space for residents to play, learn, and gather. And now, Car Freedom Boulevard is an annual event. As the pandemic changed realities on the ground, Tartu swiftly responded to citizen needs with new ideas and experiments, which will continue to grow the city's sustainable transportation policy and infrastructure. Please join me in welcoming the city of Tartu, an honorable mention for this year's Sustainable Transport Award.
It's a great honor to receive this prestigious award today. At first, I would like very much to thank the STA committee for this opportunity to participate in the competition. I'm very happy to announce here that all these achievements have led the city of Tartu to reach a list of 100 world green destinations. But here, of course, we will not stop. Our next major challenge is to build a safe network for cycling across the city by 2030 and to create across the city mobility centers. Our aim is to reach the 75% of green modalities by 2040. More than 90% of the citizens of Tartu are satisfied with their living environment. It's based on latest surveys. The support of the people shows that we are moving in the right directions, and it gives us the impetus to continue on the path we have chosen. Dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to invite you all to visit our beautiful city of Tartu. You are very welcome here. Thank you very much, and I wish you a very, very nice evening.
Since winning the STA in 2011, Guangzhou has maintained an excellent BRT service, electrified the bus fleet, and improved NMT and accessibility design for all people. For the past 11 years, Guangzhou BRT has served over 3.5 billion passengers. The average speed in BRT corridor has increased by 84% to reach 24 km/h. Since 2017, Guangzhou has been replacing diesel buses to electric and hybrid buses to improve air quality. Guangzhou also encourages active transport users and solves the last 1 mile problem. By the end of 2021, the city has built over 7,000 kilometers of greenways, set over 200 bike scrambles, and renovated around 100 kilometers bikeway with 87 kilometer protected bike lanes. To achieve the goal of a LH-friendly city, Guangzhou also built around 100 kilometer accessible pathway and 600 public spaces just in 2021.
Welcome Bertrand Golu, representative of the Asian Development Bank, the STA committee member who will present the second honorable mention for this year. The ADB is committed to achieving a prosperous, inclusive, resilient, and sustainable Asia and Pacific.
In recent years, the residents of Peshawar have faced challenging mobility conditions. However, in 2020, Peshawar became the first city in Pakistan to introduce a gold standard bus rapid transit system, integrating non-motorized transport, travel demand management, new bus technology, and transit-oriented development. The city's new BRT system employs 220 hybrid electric buses on a 65-kilometer route network that has served 25 million passengers from August 2020 to March 2021. It brings lower emissions and greater access to the city, especially for residents with disabilities and women. Women-only facilities such as ticket counters and bathrooms help female passengers feel secure, while step-free entrances to all stations and buses provide universal accessibility. I'm also very pleased to say that ADB is on a long-term engagement with the city of Peshawar and supported the project since its very early stage. And there is still more to come. It is my pleasure to welcome the city of Peshawar to accept the honorable mention for this year's STA award.
It is indeed a great honor for the city of Peshawar, for the province of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, for Prime Minister Imran Khan's government, that the Peshawar BRT project has been chosen for the 2022 Sustainable Transport Honorable Mention Award. I would like to, first of all, extend my gratitude to the Sustainable Transport Committee members, especially to Ms. Nora Pena, Head of Sustainable Transport Award, and to CEO ITDP, Ms. Heather Thompson. I would also like to thank our implementing partners for going along with us through this journey. The Peshawar BRT was the flagship project in Peshawar of our previous government between 2013 and 2018 and was completed in 2020, since when it has provided clean, quality, green transport for over 60 million passengers of Peshawar. It has provided end-to-end 27 kilometers of connectivity in a city district of over 5 million people, 5 additional off-corridor routes with 58 kilometers of additional coverage that has completely transformed urban mobility in the city of Peshawar. When you now go through our historic city, throughout the entire heart of the city and along the main corridor, you find a green, modern transport solution of the kind that you see in Western countries. You see buses that are full, providing end-to-end access to the men, women, children of our city. The success of the BRT can be seen from the fact that this solution provides access to over 20% of its ridership that is women. In a city like Peshawar, only 2% of our public transport users were women before the BRT was in place. So you can just think of the accessibility that this has given and the steps that this has helped us take towards better gender balance and better gender equality. The introduction of a bicycle sharing system, the first of its kind in Pakistan, takes us a further step towards creating a modern transport ecosystem that is environmentally friendly and that can be the basis of Peshawar of tomorrow. The BRT, in every public survey, is proving to be one of the most popular and one of the most liked projects in the entire province because it is changing the transport ecosystem and showing us a vision for the future for how traffic in a modern cosmopolitan city, even in the third world, can look. I'm very proud of what we've achieved through the BRT. This is a project that provides accessible transport, that shows the ambition of our government and shows how our government wants to fit into the 21st century in the context of climate change, in the context of a world that is increasing its carbon footprint and needs to take steps to reduce so. We have shown through the city of Peshawar that places like ours in the third world can actually do a lot about not only improving urban mobility, but doing so in a way that reduces the impact that we have on the environment while increasing access, increasing connectivity, and having a positive impact on the economy. This is only the beginning. The BRT was a very challenging project. While its construction was going on, it was often criticized because of the disruption to daily life that it caused. But today, I'm happy that we can answer our critics by showing that the BRT as a transport solution is appreciated through the entire world. Once again, let me express my gratitude and tell you all that this award only furthers our conviction that where we have created the BRT, we can do even more in terms of improving our transport infrastructure, providing green and quality transport for the poor, and doing so in an environmentally friendly manner. Thank you very much.
Since winning the Sustainable Transport Award in 2013, Mexico City has done many innovative projects and policies to improve sustainable mobility for all. Some of the most interesting ones are the on- and off-street parking reform that have reduced car trips and emissions while improving public spaces, new BRT lines that have reduced passenger travel times, emissions, and accidents, among other benefits, protected bike lanes like the one in Insurgentes Avenue, which makes it now a complete street, bike lanes that have expanded to create a network of more than 300 kilometers, together with some bicycle parking hubs next to important metro terminals. Another important project has been the expansion and fleet renovation of hundreds of trolley buses, together with new lines of cable cars to connect difficult-to-access areas in the city. Finally, the improvement of Chapultepec Avenue, an emblematic street in Mexico City, together with the renewal and expansion of EcoBici, the bike-sharing system, are excellent news for the sustainable transport changes we are all aiming for.
The restaurant city won the Sustainable Transport Award in 2018 due to the transformative action which was taken to improve and modernize our public transport in the restaurant, by introducing the BRT. since we are winning the STA 2010, we have done a number of improvements, which includes adding more servant buses in the BRT1 operations, which currently we have a total of 210 buses, and we have a ridership of around 108,000 passengers per day. Also, the agency is improving the automatic fare correction, but also the government on the automatic fare correction, which is now at 95% of development. We are also doing the infrastructure side, where we are constructing the BRT for phase 2. We are covering a total of 20.3 kilometers, and it's at progress of 45% and expected to be completed in March 2023. Whereby after completion we have a total of 750 buses operation and a ridership of 650,000 per day. We are also completed the design of BRT phase 3, and we are currently preparing the contractor to start the construction this year.
I would like to introduce Patricia Calderon, the Executive Director of the Espacio and a member of the STA Committee. The Espacio is a research center that works to promote and improve the quality of life for its citizens at all stages of the life cycle.
Bogotá returns to the STA after 17 years of incredible progress. In 2005, the city was recognized as the first ever STA for its model bus rapid transit system, which integrated cycling and public spaces for an even more livable city. Now, Bogotá's winning interventions include a new all-electric bus fleet, 1,485 strong, and a rapidly expanding network of cycle lanes. On new bike lanes on Bogotá's main roads, cycling traffic has increased 4 times over in a single year. Additionally, a host of initiatives tackle the security and well-being of some of the city's most vulnerable residents, school children. Biking and walking caravans led by adults ensure children get to class safely, while school bus lanes and street redesigns around schools put young travelers first. Bogotá has become a model for similar cities around the world. The city shows how safety, livability, accessibility, and sustainability must be connected in policy and infrastructure to improve citizens' mobility and, in the process, their quality of life. It is my pleasure to welcome the City of Bogotá to accept the 2022 Sustainable Transport Award.
Desde la Secretaría Distrital de Movilidad estamos muy felices de recibir el Sustainable Transport Award, un premio que nos hace sentir muy orgullosos por todo el trabajo que hemos venido realizando durante estos tiempos de pandemia. 84 kilómetros de ciclorrutas exclusivas que creamos en estos 2 años y que en su gran mayoría hoy son permanentes y se suman a la red de ciclorrutas que tenemos en la ciudad para ayudar a que los bogotanos se muevan de forma más sostenible, para que entre todos entendamos que tenemos que cambiar algunos hábitos y movernos de esta forma con el fin de ayudar al planeta y también con el fin de tener una mejor movilidad y una mejor calidad de vida. De igual forma, 1.485 buses 100% eléctricos, de los cuales hoy ya están rodando 483 y que nos hacen sentir muy orgullosos porque estamos colaborando no solamente en mejorar la calidad del servicio que prestamos a los bogotanos, sino también la calidad del aire que respiramos. Y muy importante, ayudar al cambio climático en el planeta. Esto nos hace sentir orgullosos porque vamos en el camino correcto en la movilidad sostenible que buscamos. Seguiremos trabajando en esta línea durante los años que siguen, tratando de buscar cada vez nuevas alternativas, nuevos procesos que nos lleven a tener una movilidad sostenible y además de la mano de nuestros niños, ayudándolos a que aprendan cómo moverse de forma sostenible y por supuesto también aprendiendo de ellos que son el futuro de la movilidad de nuestras ciudades.
Bogotá dio un salto histórico hacia el futuro con la adquisición de 1.485 buses eléctricos zonales para el Sistema Integrado de Transporte Público de la ciudad, proyecto que inició en 2019 y que contó con una inversión de 8,45 billones de pesos entre provisión y operación por 15 años, para mejorar la calidad de vida de los bogotanos. Con esto se benefician más de 1,5 millones de usuarios de distintas edades, etnias y condición socioeconómica que utilizan el sistema diariamente, principalmente en las zonas de Suba, Fontibón, Perdomo y Usme, y que pertenecen a los estratos 1, 2, 3 y 4. Los buses traen grandes ventajas como mejorar la oferta de transporte para acceder al componente troncal de Transmilenio, reducción del costo de viaje para poblaciones de bajos recursos con transbordos a 0 pesos, reducción de contaminación auditiva y mayor seguridad y transmisión de datos en tiempo real. Pero no es solo eso, también se benefician los cerca de 8 millones de bogotanos con un aire más limpio. En comparación con buses con estándar de emisión Euro 2, con los 1.485 buses eléctricos cero emisiones, se evita la emisión de 30 toneladas de material particulado y 155.000 toneladas de CO2 cada año, y contribuye a reducir los costos médicos asociados a enfermedades respiratorias en 18.000 millones de pesos. Además, ayuda a contrarrestar el cambio climático. Con estos 1.485 buses eléctricos, Bogotá se consolida como referente en Colombia y el mundo en transporte sostenible en términos de calidad del aire, mitigación del cambio climático y tecnologías de cero emisiones.
Una ciclorruta para nosotros los ciclistas significa que por fin nos están dando un espacio en la vía como vehículos, como conductores. Tenemos también derecho como los carros, como las motos y los peatones.
Esta ciclovía me parece muy buena porque podemos transitar con tranquilidad hacia nuestros trabajos.
Pues créeme que un tiempo para acá con lo de la pandemia he venido integrándome al sistema de ciclovías y una alternativa muy positiva, tanto para la salud como para el ambiente y para la sociedad.
Ya no estamos a favor de qué pasa con el camión, con el carro, que estaba uno antes como muy cerca a los automóviles, sino que ya tenemos un espacio propio para movilizarnos.
La ciclorruta es seguridad para todos, o sea, yo no creo que los conductores bogotanos quieran atropellar ciclistas, yo sé que los ciclistas no quieren estar debajo de un carro. Entonces esto es seguridad para todos.
Me economizo como 15 minutos por la otra ciclorruta que venía, porque yo venía por la Cali y la 26, pero aquí por la 68 es súper rápido.
Cuando usamos la bici sí mejoramos la movilidad, le damos espacio en el transporte público a otras personas que no la pueden utilizar y obviamente descongestionamos al bajarnos del carro o de usar un taxi y usamos estas vías que pues pueden caber muchas más personas que los vehículos que caben y no hacemos trancón.
We at ITDP would like to thank the Sustainable Transport Award Committee, Bogotá, Peshawar, Tartu, and all nominated cities for their steadfast work toward more sustainable and equitable transport, and you, the audience, for your support and participation in today's ceremony.